Greetings everyone, this is AgroLease, the smart agriculture lease system with yield prediction. I'm going to start with the demonstration now. So the whole system works on a Django application. I'm just going to run python manage.py run server to start the Django application. As soon as I click this, the server is hosted on localhost port 8000. Now the agriculture system is a smart contract-based lease system built for companies and farmers. Farmers get land recommendations based on features such as area, volume, and rainfall, and they can lease a land for a required number of months. Smart contracts ensure timely payment for companies and security for farmers. So what happens is as soon as a farmer tries to lease a land, he can get the lease and the land asset gets transferred to the farmer. Then after the expiration of the lease time, the asset again gets transferred to the company without the intervention of the government or anyone else. Let me come to the main features. The first important feature of this particular application is immutable assets. So once an address is registered as a permanent land, it can never be deleted. It can just be transferred from one person to another. So let's say if there is a lease, it will be transferred from the company to the farmer, and then after the expiration, again from the farmer to the company. But there's nothing like you can delete it in between. So security. Then transparency, since no one else is involved in only the particular parties, there is transparency between the parties. Insightful decisions, as in there is yield predictions, which is working on 10 years of data. So the ML model is trained on 10 years of data. That means it is a pretty accurate model, and farmers can easily decide that according to the yield if they want to choose that particular land or not. The last not the least is hassle free. So it takes time to register a land or for lease if you go with the government. But with this system, you can do it in seconds or minutes. So you don't have to wait in queues. Your request is approved within time. So these are the four primary features that make this app very good. Now let me come up to the functionality. You see these two options will be available as soon as we open the website. Now let's say a farmer wants to sign up. He'll enter his username. I'm going to type in ABC for now, then first name, which will be ABC again. I'm just gonna, or okay, DEF and ABC. Then ab.cd.ef@ef.com email, which can be anything. Then password and password confirmation. Now, according to the user type, the last field is gonna vary. For farmer, it will be Aadhaar number, and he registers. So now the register is successful. Now I'm gonna sign up a company because companies are the one who are gonna register the land. I enter all the details as before and the password again. And you'll notice as soon as I select the user type as company, I get the company name as the field. I'm going to register it again and the sign up is successful. I'm going to log in. I'm going to log in as the company so as that I can register a land basically. So let me show you. So what happens is this is working on a database which is running on blockchains. So this blockchain based database is built in MongoDB and Tamarind called BigchainDB. So this is a Docker container which runs that for us. I'm gonna just run the Docker container. So this is the command. It'll basically export the port 27017 and 26657, and it'll match the volumes of our home with the particular Docker container. Now, since it cannot find the image locally, it's gonna download it from the internet and then build the Docker container and run it for us. So we can have the functionalities of registering assets and transferring them on the database using this Docker container. And since it can run on Kubernetes cluster, it can be decentralized very easily. Done. So the Docker container is up and running. And then for the next step, I'm going to just see the Docker container status. As you can see, it has been up and running since 11 seconds. So now I'm just gonna start the Celery server, which is basically a schedule manager, or what do you say, an executor, which runs with RabbitMQ message broker. What happens is I'm gonna start this as soon as the person tries to register a lease. It is gonna create an automated retransfer through the Celery executor, the message broker. Now it is started. As you can see, it is connected to message RabbitMQ with these credentials. Now, let me go back to the presentation. I'm going to log in as the company person. Soon as I log in, see the menu items have now changed. I get to register land or view registered lands, view lease agreements, or about this. So I'm going to go ahead and register a land. I just fill some values, area, volume, and state. I'm going to choose Uttar Pradesh. And then I'm going to put the per month price as 1200 and the address is ABD. So I'm going to click on register. As you can see, the land is successfully registered. So it is shown like this, like 1200 per month, and it's in Uttar Pradesh with area and all. So I'm gonna log out now and sign in as the farmer. Now I sign in as the farmer. I click enter the username and password. Now let's say I want to lease a land. What I'm gonna do is first I click on login. Or let's just see the land first. Like the land is registered here and in the DB application as well. I'm going to show you this is the admin view, like the main admin view. If we go to the lands, this is the land registered. You can see all the details here. So this predicted rainfall and predicted yield will be calculated later according to the machine learning models. And now if we go to the blockchain asset, we can see this is the asset ID, which is basically used to communicate to the MongoDB server. This is automatically created. As you see, we haven't entered it anywhere. I'm going to log out from this and again going to log in as the farmer. As soon as I enter the password and log in, this is a farmer view who wants to lease a land. So he get these menu to lease a land. And then he let me say I want to select crop only and I go for Uttar Pradesh. Fine. I view recommendations. See, these are the available lands. Now, since I have only one land available right now, this is the available land and this is the predicted yield. So according to this, it will be arranged in the descending order if there are more lands. So I'm going to go to this and I'm going to lease this because I like this, let's say. And it asks you for a final confirmation if you are sure you want to continue. I'm going to say yes and I'm going to put in 6 months lease. As the lease is now confirmed, and now what it does is it also sends a message to the RabbitMQ message broker through Celery. As you can see now, this is the receive task, which is transfer asset at specified times. Transfer asset specified time is the custom function name that I gave it. Now you say the estimated time of arrival for this is 29th of November, so which is 6 months after today. So this is what is going to happen now after this specified time. It is going to automatically transfer the asset back to the company and done. This is what a smart contract is, the automatic execution of code by the system itself, in which no one has to interfere in between. So it is like people can be secure that the transfer of assets takes place on its own. I'm gonna view the lease agreements. As you can see, this is the farmer name, this is the company name, land address, expires on, and the total amount. Now this is 7,200 because it's 6 months and 1,200 was the per month amount. I'm gonna log out and log in as the company. So I'm gonna log in as the company owner. Now I can also see that my land has been leased. I'm gonna just type Amartya here and then enter the password. Fine. So and if I go to the lease agreements, I can see that this is the done registered. So that's all. This is the smart lease registration system. Thank you very much for your time. Hope you have a nice day.